group stage, what's like top 5 heroes? Like Lena's obviously in there, but
Lena, Magnus,
Monkey
King.
yeah
Monkey King and Earth Spirit are kind of like the
Earth
fours.
Spirit's definitely been picked on.
Offlaners are Magnus and Centaur, I guess.
Yeah.
Centaur.
Centaur has had the most picks of any offlaner.
We've seen a little bit less Centaur. Mids, we either have Alchemist or we have Lena Ember.
yeah. Maybe Invoker too.
Invoker, yeah, I think we've seen a lot of Invoker.
For certain teams. Carries have been, what, Lifestealer and Juggernaut?
Mainly Life Jug.
Heroes that are good with Magnus.
Exactly. Yeah, it's either one team picks Magnus and the other team takes away Juggernaut or Lifestealer, and then or Magnus gets banned, and then maybe we'll see a different game here with Magnus being banned.
Yeah.
It's like they either want the Empower Heroes with Magnus, or the other team wants to take away the Empower Heroes from Magnus.
Yeah. We've seen the Liquid bans. I'm going to just call it the Liquid ban meta now, which is basically IO Invoker.
Abaddon's in the pool.
Abaddon's in the pool, but IO Invoker is gone, and it has gone every time any team has played Liquid at this event.
Really? I think IO's untapped potential.
Has anybody played it yet?
No.
I've seen it banned.
It's banned against Liquid every game. It's not been played at all yet.
So is the thought just they're just better? They're just the IO team. Like you just don't even
they
bother.
They are the IO team, and you don't want to give Miracle the Invoker ever.
All right.
Which is why he's had that ban against him in every game.
Well, for Liquid, that's pretty easy to plan for.
Yeah, I was going to say, being so strong with those two heroes means that it almost gives them a slight advantage before they even start the draft.
Teams might mix it up, though, as the tournament progresses, especially as Liquid is having more success dealing with these 2 first bans. Yeah. Teams might think, oh, Liquid's, they've kind of figured out playing without those 2 heroes. Maybe we give them the Wisp or give them...
Especially in best of threes.
Maybe not give them Invoker, but...
No, maybe not. But in best of threes, you kind of want to go, okay, we'll give them what they want first game to see how they play it.
You can play around with it a little bit. You have a game to lose. Yeah. Whereas in the group stage, kind of every game mattered.
Yeah. Indeed.
So the Dazzle opening here, it's kind of an important hero.
Time.
Yeah, that's true. Dazzle was really important in the last matchup, though. I saw him picked almost every game.
Monkey King, Lena. No, Legion Commander. All right. That's a hero Mind Control likes a lot. He's had a lot of success on it. I saw him playing it earlier today. Doing very well.
Him and Dazzle both are Legion and Dazzle both sort of counter each other in some ways. So kind of like it as an opener. It obviously is really strong laning as well. So right now Liquid just solidifies their lanes are great. And no matter what that opening, it's like I don't think there's much that those 2 heroes are bad against. It's such a safe opener for Liquid.
Yeah, LC's okay. You're missing some tools of other heroes in that kind of 3 position. A lot of times we see 3 and 4s with lots of lockdown, whether it's Slardars or Sand Kings or Pudges.
Reinitiation, basically.
Yeah,
like more so than just one.
Yeah. And now they're kind of only really dealing with a blink and a single target duel for a stun from Legion Commander, and then Monkey King doesn't really have. I mean, I guess when he has Basher, he just has like an AoE Ravage. But until that point, not a lot of control.
So Ursa, really good laning matchup against Legion. So if they need to leave him solo, he'll be okay. So
that is end piece meta, leaving their carry solo against the offlaner, and then letting SVG and 1437 roam as they please. They consistently try to win 3 lanes, and sometimes it works and other times it doesn't.
Beastmaster banned, Medusa banned. Medusa definitely one of Envy's top picks. They really like it for team fights. MSS arguably the best Beastmaster, therefore you ban that. I'm not sure what they're going to pick for MSS, but I'd like to see a Slardar from SVG. I feel like that's one of his best heroes. They're definitely lacking lockdown and initiation a bit, so I'd like to see it as an opener.
Yeah, Slardar could work really well, especially with the Dazzle. Definitely want some more lockdown.
It's really good with both Ursa and Dazzle. I like it a lot. They get Roche insanely fast with it.
I wonder what Liquid will go after up against Ursa. Crystal Maiden wasn't a bad ban. I feel like they might have definitely gone for that. The Crystal Maiden actually works pretty well with the Monkey King, just in terms of like giving him mana as he kind of just like leaps from tree to tree.
That's true. And Frostbite's quite good against Ursa Dazzle, I'd say.
For sure. Yeah, lots of magic damage to kind of ignore the amount of positive armor Dazzle's giving his teammates.
And the slow too, just to, if somebody gets graved, it doesn't really matter. It's like you just keep them in place for 5 more seconds and then they die.
Yeah, they just tick out at the end. I saw I think it was I think it was Miracle the other day when he was playing Sand King, and somebody was graved, or somebody was graved, and he Yulesed them.
Yeah.
And then when he came down, the grave was over, and he just died from like the small amount of
50 damage.
Yeah, the 50 damage. I was like, oh, that was pretty smart.
Yeah, that's a cool counter.
So the Connell for Liquid this time around, which is interesting because many of the teams have used him as a Monkey King counter.
I like it a lot here because NP has no lane push right now. I mean, Dazzle can do it a little bit, but nothing super effective. So
Ooh.
Coddle just pushes out lanes, and it's going to be a little bit hard for NP to take fights.
So we do get a little bit of something different from MP.
It's our MSS hero.
It's really good against Monkey King, actually. You can get vision with your rocket. You can hookshot into trees, battery salt cogs, so you can definitely kill him in there.
That's right. The rocket could be nice.
Although, can you just use your tree leap thing? Is that like
Out of
if it gets
cogs?
interrupted, you'll still go anyways, right? Because it's a channel. So technically, if you're able to cast it at all, you should be able to.
So you're saying
leap
if he's
out.
like on top of the tree?
Yeah, and you like hookshot him, battery assault cog kind of a thing.
I don't know.
Or if you take player damage, do you just fall out of the tree? I can't remember.
I don't
haven't
think.
played the
I
hero
think
enough.
you can take damage while on the tree. It's only if the tree
Yeah.
gets cut down.
Okay.
Then you fall.
So you do it with a quelling blade, is what you're trying to say.
Anti-mage.
Oh.
It's a hero to be played up against Naga. Ooh, Naga Coddle game. Casters, you look excited. Happy birthday, Odie Pixel. We're going to give you a nice little Coddle Naga to end the day.
What a great birthday present.
Anti-Mage will solve some of their split push problems that they're having trouble pushing lanes. Liquid doesn't have the best lockdown. I guess Ensnare's good. Mana Leak can be good. Duel is good, but
NP is doing
iffy.
like this dual core. Like you see these, they pick like 2 carries, and you think, oh, they should really only have one of these, and then
Yeah.
the other one should be a mid hero or like a more traditional mid.
Yeah.
But here we go. Anti-Mage Ursa. They've done Lifestealer Spectre. The other time, just last series, they did Lifestealer and
Weaver.
Weaver.
Weaver last time,
Yeah.
I feel like NP's last pick, it's just going to be a fighting hero, and they're just going to 4-man with like Ursa, Clock, Dazzle, Slar, and try to take really good fights. And I feel like it's decent for that. I feel like their lineup's okay.
We'll see. I'm interested to see how they do with the Anti-Mage. I'm not a big believer in that hero right now at all.
Would you say it's good against Naga?
I mean, that's like maybe it can work against Naga, but still a stretch, I think. So we're looking for an SVG hero from NP. Still could do the Slardar. But
I feel like it's dangerous against Naga because she'll just sleep, and then all of a sudden your Slardar's like
Yeah, it would
dead.
be nice to have something to help with Naga. They could do Lion,
for the respawn talent.
the respawn talent, and you can kill the illusions.
We
That's
have
true.
had a
Mana
lion
Drainer
picked,
Hex.
by the way.
It's not. I'm
Yeah.
underrated hero, man.
Only picked it once.
Give
so
Lion
far.
some love.
I guess I kind of like it here because they're definitely lacking actual lockdown. Battery Assault won't cut it.
And I've seen him play it before, whether it was like in a scrim or a match or something.
Isn't it? I would say it's kind of bad, really bad against Monkey King though. Low HP, low armor. If you get initiated on, you just kind of die.
Sure, but that's Lion in every game. You know, if he gets initiated on, he kind of dies. But he
Did
just
he
kind of
just spawn back?
yeah, short respawn.
Yeah.
But also like, well, Lion's a hero that's very easy to commit on. You know, you get a blink dagger, and you just blink in, stun, and ult, and then odds are you hex someone too, and then maybe you die.
Yeah.
But then you have a short respawn. You come back in with another stun. By the time you respawn and TP back in, your stun and hex are off cooldown again,
Yeah.
so you're set to go.
It would definitely make Ursa a lot stronger this game for what they need to do, which is pressure. So they can't just put it all on Clockwork.
Yeah, and they need control with Dazzle. Like they can't just do like Dazzle and something else. They might just default to their like classic Slardar, but I feel like it is a little underwhelming in a game like
What
this.
about Shadow Demon?
I don't like it either. I think maybe they need something to find the Coddle. They could do Bounty Hunter, Earth Spirit, one of those.
I like Earth Spirit. It sounds pretty good.
Sand King, okay,
It's a stun.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's something.
It's team fight too.
It can work. We'll see. I mean, it definitely fits in that kind of hero pool that we thought maybe they would go for.
It's also a really good lane pusher, which is one of the better things about Sand King here over a lot of the other things we said.
That's true.
Because it's basically just Anti-Mage and Sand King that can push really well. The others are okay. Although
Dazzle.
Clockwork Rocket offsets a lot of that, especially if you get that
Dazzle
perk.
is okay too
Yeah, he's good.
with the heal.
It's just less safe, I'd say.
For sure.
Have you gotten that? Have you played Clockwork with the new Rocket Flare damage perk? It's pretty good. It's like plus 75. Actually, feels really good for pushing that. I feel like that'll solve a lot of the issue. Maybe
That'll
some of
definitely
it.
help.
Last 5 seconds then. Where did Liquid go for pick number 5? They go lifesteal. It's fairly Liquid
Miracle Monkey
style.
Miracle Monkey King?
Who is it?
GH Naga? Who knows?
I was
Yeah,
sad I
who
missed that
knows
game.
now? That's
I
the
think it's
thing.
possible. Miracle played Monkey King earlier today, I think.
Yeah, and he played Sand King support yesterday.
Yeah, for sure.
So
So,
he's definitely mixing things up.
Miracle's the new 4 player.
Yeah.
I'm on board. This
Make it
will be
work.
fun to watch.
All right, thanks very much, PPD and Purge. Time to send you over to our commentary team and say happy birthday. Welcome to the mainstream, Odie Pixel.
Thank you, absolutely, Paul. Feels birthday man indeed, but we're ready for this very important game. You know, getting that decision, getting that third place is huge for these two teams. Liquid MP, we've seen the drafts. We're, of course, waiting to see who is going to be playing the Monkey King. As the panel mentioned, we did see earlier today a Miracle Monkey King, and it was very, very effective.
That game in the mid lane had a lot of buffs going his way in power, battle trance. This game looking more like the support Monkey King with the Naga. But hey, last time they played Naga, as PPD mentioned, it was GH playing it. So we'll find out soon enough. I'm curious to see what Liquid have up their sleeves. NP, classic, Eternal Envy anti-mage. He loves the hero, loves playing it. It's a good way. I mean, it's a good kind of carry. You match Greed with Greed, Naga versus AM. You know, it's the right kind of carry you want to have in a Naga Siren game.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with the lanes. I mean, do you reckon it's going to be Envy taking the anti-mage mid, or will it be the Ursa in the mid lane? Because we've seen Envy does sometimes queue up for an old pub, and he brings that anti-mage straight to that mid lane.
Much to his teammates' pleasure, I've heard. But more likely safe lane, I'd say. I feel like the lane's going to be a bit more favorable for him. If he's mid, he's going to need perhaps a bit of help. The Ursa is more of a natural mid lane. It has the Ursa shock. He can spam, can go for the bottle, can do a bit more with that. But looks like we'll find out. Players have loaded in.
We have got the Miracle Monkey King, just in case you were
Naga.
wondering at home.
Core Naga, too.
It is, yeah. So GH going to the safe lane, Miracle playing at mid. We saw, if you didn't again see the series earlier with Liquid playing, Miracle went mid against Juggernaut. This time, as you say, most likely it will be Aoi heading to the mid lane on the Ursa. You feel more likely than Envy anti-mage. I mean, you've got that blink. You know, you can stop him from getting the stacks up.
Check some items. AUI's got the poor man's shield, so he's headed mid by the looks of things. He's got the mid items, so.
Or could he be heading up to the top lane to contest the Lifestealer's farm in some sort of laning situation?
Unlikely. He's got a salve and a pull tango. I feel like if you're going off lane, you go poor man's shield with a full set of tangos, but who knows? He's got a salve. He's still got regen, so. Looks like they're going to get things back underway. AUI just had to fix some screen issue, but things are all good and dandy now.
As we get ourselves into this match, Liquid versus NP again. Essentially this game 3 of a best of 3. We had the first 2 yesterday, but we're back here in a return for the final episode between these two teams to see who's able to come out on top. I mean, again, just overall draft impressions, Gods. Do you believe in MPs finishing up with this anti-mage Sand, or are you scared on behalf of them because of Liquid's kind of draft? We know that they can execute this. We've seen them do exactly this already this lane.
I think it's always hard to read NP's drafts because they do run these dual carry lineups. They don't pick traditional mid heroes. They're always running these mid Ursas, mid Weavers, mid Medusas. They're not really running classic mids that you'd expect to see, and that's where it's hard to really understand how their drafts are going to work sometimes. SVG is he? Okay, he's not going to commit for it. Roman Clock, he's been playing this 4-position clock. One of his probably 2 or 3 heroes we've seen from this. We've seen the Earth Spirit, we've seen the Clock, the Slaughter, and probably you could also say the Legion. Not Legion, the Elder Titan. But he's definitely had some experience playing the Clock.
The battle begins.
So already we're starting to see the lanes come to fruition. MSS will be down here on the Sand King. And indeed, it is going to be some sort of aggressive laning coming out. As you mentioned, not Aoi. Aoi indeed is heading towards the mid. But Envy will be up top on that anti-mage, backed up by the moment by, of course, 1437 and SVG on the Dazzle Clock combination. Miracle starting to search around towards the mid, maybe wandering for a courier sniper or search. We'll see what sort of Monkey King plays this man will look for.
Turned himself in a tree just to get across between the 2 towers. I don't think he was really looking for a curry. He just wanted to get to the top side of the map without being spotted. So he wants to go and help this top dry lane.
Already SVG just causing issues for Kuroki, making sure that he can't get any kind of pull or control off around it, as he just blocks him off from the entrance to Kuroki's own jungle. But absolutely, with Miracle turning up to this top lane, maybe they can look to try and turn this around and make sure that MP don't have the control and the advantage.
Here comes the pounce.
SVG already falling low. Ooh.
SVG may have just gotten baited. He thinks, if he hasn't seen Monkey King, he thinks he's got this kill.
Yeah, but he's going to hear the sound, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He'll hear the Primal Spring.
Has he heard it already, I wonder? I'm not sure exactly when the sound, like...
I think it plays like when
audible.
you cast it, it's like the... So he's already hit like the...
Yeah,
but he's not hit the
he's
middle.
channeling as we speak, so...
Yeah. look at the way he's like, it's awkward.
I love how he freezes, but the eyes still move.
Yeah, that's the great
my
bit.
favorite
Yeah.
thing about pauses is how heroes,
like, come
their eyes move
on.
around.
I've got a tree in my face. There we go.
All right, SVG, this is looking like a tough spot for him to get out of.
And bam. There we go. He has got the battery assault, so that's going to cause some
looking at
issues
it,
for the
though.
chase down. But yeah, with the Orb of Venom on Miracle, they've got the slow. One more swipe with the stick will do it, and Miracle picks himself up first blood as he makes himself apparent in this top lane.
Good bait. Knew what was coming their way, and Kuro kind of laid the trap, and this top lane is the focus for now for Team Liquid.
Well, a bit of the old Carlet here. I blame Kuroki and the Blinding Light. And we have up top, Envy, getting in personal with Matumba Man. Trading hits CS-wise at the moment. 5 for 1 on the Anti-Mage, 3 for 1 on Matumba. Early days, but Envy already getting some farm indeed up on top. Mid lane, GH. He's doing a fair bit of harassment, but now he's got that second level, nearly onto level 3. You're able to force Aoi back and get him to use that salve. But Aoi coming out on top with CS at the moment there. And the bottom lane matchup, so this 1v1 top lane, actually, yeah, just hold a moment. It's 1-4-3-7. Will have to TP out, does get away. Envy as well.
He's been left alone. Will trade hits as best he can with the poor man's shield. This will burn Miracle's mana, but still looking like a tough lane for him to maintain farm. He may have gotten CS for the first couple of minutes, but whether that will continue is a whole nother matter. They don't really necessarily want to maintain an aggro tri-lane. Clockwork wants to find some levels around the map and also perhaps go and harass the mid-Naga. So it's going to be, if you take that approach, then Anti-Mage does get left in like a dual lane, which is where he's not going to farm. So it's kind of like there's downsides either way. Either Anti-Mage doesn't get a lot of farm if Clock roams, or if Clock aggro tri-lanes, then Clock is not getting the XP you typically hope to get on this hero.
We can see down on that bottom lane, and that 1v1 for the time being. MSS is nearly getting himself a first blood. In fact, with the caustic finale there, Mind Control is going to pop. MSS, I mean, this man has been having some incredible performances this LAN, and wow, what a way for him to start the game off there. Getting a solo kill against the Legion Commander. Mind Control is going to be a bit peed off by that, but he does have backup of Miracle. They could look to try and do something in return, but again, it's hard with the Burrow Strike escape potential. There's the first nuke, trying to try and whittle him down low before Miracle jumps in. In fact, with the procs there now that the Burrow Strike's used, this is the time to jump down. Miracle will hit the Boundless Strike. Didn't actually get the initial slow on anything with the Primal Spring, so MSS should be able to continue to get away. Mind Control will have another nuke in a bit. I don't know if it's going to be enough damage. It has got the 2 points in it. In fact, a right click and a nuke should do it. He's got to get in range for it. Oh, he misses the nuke! Oh, Mind Control oversteps the mark there, and with that, he's not getting the kill. MSS, he's going to survive. Not normally a skill that we see being missed, Gods.
No, and the Primal Spring, definitely one of the spells you do sometimes miss as a skill shot. But
I mean, I guess he was anticipating a Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
He was trying
to
to play
play around
around
the mana
that
for the Burrow Strike too. MSS managed to buy enough time that he had the mana there. Wasn't in too much danger once he had the mana for it, so nicely played. He's going to go aggressive. Monkey King could be in trouble here. The Caustic Finale is not saying he really wants to fight, and with no points in Jingu, Miracle does not win this 1v1.
He's got one Boundless Strike, but yeah, level 1, it's not going to have the stun duration really holding back too much, and MSS chomps on the Mango, and he chomps on the Monkey King. MSS already picking up a lot of positive action in that bottom lane.
More mid, AUI going aggressive.
Yeah, with the wraparound as well from SVG. GH, he may be out of answers. Miracle's come in. Boundless Strike, I believe, is still unavailable, and now he's going to be allowed to get the kill. Tries to get the aggro over, isn't going to work, so will lose his life in return. Miracle looking to build up the Jinju Mastery stacks. He's got it up, jumps onto the tree with a Primal Spring, closes the gap, couple more snaps. Will take it as Miracle does manage to clean up a double kill in return.
Nice retaliation kills. SVG slightly missed the cogs. He was trying to push the Naga back into the Ursa, but it ended up that GH just kind of ran to the south, not into the cogs, which meant that SVG's rotation didn't really, I mean, it did kind of tunnel the Naga a certain direction, which meant AUI could guarantee the kill, but it didn't really, it meant AUI took a lot of damage, got riptide under the tower, tanked the tower shot, so didn't ultimately help him all too much.
Oh, how he's a bit little careful. DD Rune on Miracle. Bottom lane again though. MSS and 1437 bringing mind control down low. MSS did have another burrow strike in a couple of seconds, but doesn't want to dive too deep. And Miracle back hiding off the map. You never know where he's going to be.
Yeah, this is looking like a very well laid out laning stage by Team NP.
Here we go mid lane. Gonna make a go here. Is the double damage rune enough? It looks like it should be with the boundless strike as well. One more touch will bring down Aoi, but Miracle, ooh, he does get it, but again, we're seeing these trades. 1437 comes in and will be able to punish Miracle in return.
I haven't said enough time for a grave there, I want to say, but AUI does go down and Miracle trades his life, but gets the kill on the way out. Miracle phase boots up already, hitting pretty decent timing on some of his levels and being very proactive, but Anti-Mage is kind of free farmed in the offlane. This is, I think, the probably the biggest positive of this MP laning set is that they've managed. I mean, you'd expect the Sand King to win his 1v1 against the Legion, melee on melee. The Ursa's done well mid against Naga without winning the lane, but Anti-Mage with minimal help. Dazzle was definitely up there and Clockwork early on, but lately it's kind of just been him up there by himself, has managed to out CS the Lifestealer and kind of keep himself towards the top. So really good laning stage for Eternal Envy. He's now going to fall back into the jungle with an Iron Talon, plus the Quelling Blade, going for the double jungle farming items. He's happier just to get what farm he can there.
Top lane, Matuma Man. Going to go on to 1437. Should be fine as he does still have the Grave. And he will be able to buy himself the time to get back to safety behind that tier 1.
And I think similarly for Liquid side, they've decided it's time to send their carry into the jungle, farm faster there and farm in a kind of safer way. GH is going to be jungle farming, giving the mid lane to Miracle. So two benefits there. Your carry's farming somewhere safer and you give the XP and farm in a different lane to a support, kind of, a sort of pseudo support in the Monkey King who can make use of getting an early level 6.
Bottom lane again, MSS trying for the harassment there with the Burrow Strike. Unable to get the connection. They may look for an opportunity to get a kill as they're bringing him back up, but at the same time, so is Liquid. They have Miracle back in the neighborhood, but the numbers advantage at the moment on the side of MP. 3 heroes ready to look for some sort of a play. Mind Control will be the target.
They know Miracle's down here too with their ward. Problem is, if Miracle hits level 6 for this fight, he's very close to breaking that XP gap, but he may not even need it.
Just going to open straight up with a Boundless Strike on the Jewel. There's nothing that MP could do quick enough to stop it. Mind Control gets the success. Now will be chased down, but Miracle's just hit 6 as well with that kill. Lays down the Wukong's command. The Illusion's bringing SVG down low. 1437 gets the Grave out in time though, and SVG will just be able to get himself back to safety.
That was such a quick heads-up play from Miracle and Mind Control. MSS thinks he's safe. He knows he's got 3 heroes there. He's got a Dazzle, but Dazzle was over in the trees, and that level 1 Grave cast range is only 550, so unable to help his buddy out. Oh, that's a
there we go.
wonderful Ursa rune.
With the haste and such, they'll take it. At the same time, though, down on the bottom lane, MSS came back in, and with the help of 1437, they were able to punish Mind Control, who'd been left alone as Miracle had already headed over towards the mid.
Probably a bit of a slip up by Mind Control, lurking around to the tower when Sand King's respawned and TP'd in. Not something that should really happen, but yeah, AUI, best rune you can find really as a nurse early on. Getting a haste rune, finds a free kill for himself, but the ward which scouted out the Coddle will be dewarded now. It's GH. 1600 gold. See how quickly a relic timing he can get. So far, so good for the Naga Siren.
Looks like they're going to try and form a defense here in this middle lane, but Timmerman TPing across. They will keep the tower alive, and we'll be able to get that deny. And shutting down some of the potential money that MP were looking for with that group up, but this is space created essentially up top. You know, with Matuma coming down to the mid, Envy continues to get more and more space to continue to just have this solo lane farm as the anti-mage.
Absolutely. I mean, anti-mage on par with Naga for net worth for the time being, and you get a Battle Fury around when Naga is going to be looking at a Radiance. I mean, ideally before the Radiance, you're looking absolutely fantastic. Although given that he didn't have the free farm safe lane, did go for the other items, the treads, Poor Man's Shield, Iron Talon. It won't be that incredibly fast, like 11, 12 minute Battle Fury this game.
Bottom lane, Miracle, once again, teaming up with Mind Control.
It's a big stack here they want to farm, which may get contested.
MP wants a fight though. They're coming across with a smoke as well. They're going to try and do their best to get Liquid's hands off this. 37 there. There'll be the boundless strike from Miracle to hold back two of them. Jumps away. Owie coming around with the cutoff, but he's going to see the bigger target as Mind Control's been spotted out by 4037. Being chased down by 4 members of MP. Has got those phase boots, but here comes the TP across to block him off. Owie cuts the gap and will be able to continue to chase. They need to get SVG in range though with a battery assault or MSS to hit the burrow, but he doesn't. Mind Control throws down the nuke, trying to move away with the movement speed. It's not going to happen. NP will finally take down the kill.
Quite the big chase. They did take that triple neutral stack on the side of Liquid, but don't really feel like that's... I mean, you are killing a core hero for NP, but considering the time investment, considering that Lifestealer and Naga were off farming and you also lost that stack, I don't really see it as a big win by any means. Miracle poised to strike once again. Has the Wukong command.
Thinking about making a bit of a play, especially with Mind Control back in this bottom lane. Just keeping eyes on 4037, but as they can see, with jumps between the trees and the creeps give the vision in between, they know that he's there. The ping's out there from the Dazzle as 4037 heads back to base. SVG keeping himself hidden under the tower. Would certainly love to try and find that level 6. Still a little, it feels just a little under-leveled in comparison to where SVG would hope to be at this stage, as he is just still sitting at level 4. And in fact, he's in trouble as well as they close straight in with Mind Control. The cogs do help him survive for a little bit, making sure at least the dual damage won't go the way of Mind Control, but they do still manage to clean up the clock.
Kill nonetheless, and an objective to follow. With numbers down in the bottom lane, Liquid will get the tier 1 tower. Response from NP, not visible for now. They're very close to completing the Blink Dagger on AUI's Ursa. They ideally want to get that level 6 on Clockwork. Not sure if they've bought or used the Tomb yet. Dazzle's level 6.5. I wonder if he actually took it. I feel like the Clockwork's the key hero to get that Tomb on. They buy it now. Dazzle buys it, and I'm pretty sure that's going to go the way of the Clockwork. His level 6 is the key timing right now. Yeah.
Especially what we've seen SVG be able to do with it in the past. Can pull out some incredible plays. Miracle. The Lifestealer inside him.
TP out. He's not spotted down here.
He's going to be safe there with that play. Miracle, interesting enough as well, worth noting. This is a Monkey King looking for that Monkey Midas gods.
Okay. It's just Midas, I feel, as a 4 or 5 position support is always a good item if you can get it at a reasonable time. By reasonable, I mean like by 20 minutes, even by 25 minutes, this item typically pays for itself in the long run. It just means you're not buying a 4-star or something instead, which, yeah, there is a trade-off, but you will ultimately guarantee further late-game item progression. You're in a game with a Naga and anti-mage.
Well,
you've got to expect the long game.
And with this play as well, you know, they reveal themselves down bottom, so MP knows it's safe for Roche. And with Owie heading in, have the Arcane Rune as well to help just speed it up with the overpower spam.
Yep.
And easy Aegis there for MP. You can see Liquid, they were trying to find this tier 2 in response, but only getting about a third of the damage done. So MP coming out on top there with that objective.
See what they can get done with this. They haven't got the Sand King blink yet, but with a hook shot, Ursa blink, I feel like that's more than enough to start looking to contest some of this Liquid greed. They're pushing very deep in this bottom lane, really getting the wave close to the tower, all while Naga farms. Like this is a push and a group up down bottom very much geared just to create space for Naga Siren. So MP
SVG looking to be in trouble. He's got the battery, so it's not going to do a hell of a lot of good against that raged up Matumba man.
I feel like you either need to address the Naga farming or you need to fight Liquid at the bottom lane. Because right now this 4-1 Liquid split where the 4 heroes are kind of fighting and pushing bottom, creating space, and now they found
top
a pick.
lane, the perfect jump. Envy, who has been having a pretty easy PvE game so far, suddenly gets met by the full force of Liquid in his face.
It was just at the Battle Fury Gold 2, who's now 300 gold short of it. Rough time for him to die, and perhaps partly why he got a little bit too greedy pushing up deep there. And Legion Commander's Blink, I think, was the reveal. Hadn't been scouted yet by NP, so he wasn't expecting a Blink initiation to actually be able to catch him out.
So far, those things continue. GH still remaining at the top of that net worth. Absolutely getting the farm that he needs. There's just been no real contest for him over in his side of the map. He's just over 100 away from having that completed Radiance at a very, very respectable time in this game. And I mean, MP's lineup, as mentioned, the anti-mage, if he can keep on par MV, they do have a sense of a solution for a scaled, late game Naga. But it just feels like it's never really the plan to let a Naga Siren have this good of a start.
Yep. And I think this is often one of the maybe issues that MP run into is they do play at a pretty slow pace. They've got themselves level 6 on Clockwork. They've got Blink Aegis on Ursa. This is typically where you would have smoked the second that happened. Like, you should be looking for fights. And it's been, what, roughly 2 minutes since they picked up Aegis, and it doesn't really feel like NP's made any aggressive moves. During the 2 minutes since they picked up Aegis, Liquid were pressuring bottom lane. They found a kill on the Clockwork, and they've been farming up their Naga Siren while they've been pressuring the lanes. I don't feel like NP are pressuring lanes. They're not really seeking out kills. They do so now. They've just smoked now, but it just feels like slow. It feels like, oh, we should have been like, they're probably thinking in their heads like, oh, we should be smoking with Aegis Blink, but they should have immediately done this. It shouldn't have to have been like a solution to what's been going on here.
Let's see what they can find with it. I mean, the question is, who do they catch out? I mean, getting GH now would be very nice. He is still, as I said, that's a very small amount of gold away from the completed Radiance. But it is definitely a hard kill to find. Very deep on his own half of the map at the moment.
See, two of the key space-creating playmakers so far for this game. Two of the main kill-involved players. Sanking doing very well in his lane against Legion, but Miracle's been the more active one roaming around, as per his role this game. Not most games, you don't really expect him in the fall, but showing some incredible versatility. And this is one of those, I think this, like, teams like Liquid and games like this is really where a testament to, like, where playing lots of pubs is a good thing, because you have players like Miracle who can just pick up a 4-position support. Because a lot of these guys, like, I mean, they're very high MMR, play tons of pubs, and you're not always playing mid. Miracle isn't playing mid 100% of his pub games, maybe like 60, 70, 80%, but there are games where he ends up on a support, where he gets some player on his team, like no one, let's say from VP, who's like, I'm playing mid, I'm going mid Shadow Fiend, and Miracle has to play support or has to play 4 position. So pubs give you this bit of extra flexibility.
Do you see that? We were waiting essentially for nothing there. But they called G, and then I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see. Oh, but it looks like it doesn't matter nonetheless, as we are still having some issues on the side of Liquid.
Envy up top has TP'd into a tricky spot. He's only a lead. Legion can't really solo kill him. Huh. Without Blade Mail, it's tricky to get this solo kill, but 2 points in Press the Attack, 2 in Moment of Courage. If you use a nuke, and you nuke first with the Press the Attack, it may be close. We'll see. That's definitely a borderline kill for the Legion commander if Envy isn't aware of his presence. And you get the nuke like on the full creep wave, for example. But bottom lane, the hunt is on. Monkey King is the perfect hero to scout out smoke ganks and also escape them. Depending how on point Clockwork will be with his rocket flare and scouting and hook shot.
And you saw that Envy with the ping outs as well. It just looks like he was just indicating his team to be very careful about this high ground that they're going to be going past over the dire side, just towards the side. And they could potentially be dangerous. We can see the vision not too great for MP over Liquid's half of the map, but vice versa. It's pretty insane. You know, Liquid have 3 deep wards and very, very good idea of what's going on over MP side. And I've got to look at those sentry placements, gods. I'm seeing a line of 3 sentries that just are outside of essentially the radius of that observer.
Too busy admiring the platinum Roshan of Team NP.
Is it Aui's? I think it's.
I believe so. Aui has one.
Aui has one.
MSS maybe has one too. I know they had a stack that won that event.
That did the event, yeah.
Yeah, got one of these rare items. Monkey King, he springs
hello,
in.
Miracle will take that one, they say, and a hook shot to the backside and a bring down. Aui.
You know, I mean, in my head, like watching, like, oh, Monkey King, perfect hero, sits in the trees, scouts out the smoke, runs away. Well, he obviously doesn't know their smoke. He doesn't see what we see, and was just thinking he could get himself some farm, and NP were ready to strike.
I mean, on the plus, of course, it is that position 4, so you're essentially throwing your life away. You're protecting others, even though inadvertently.
Dazzle's there, though.
Top lane, the grave indeed. Can they get Aui out? I mean, Envy back safety, and indeed they can. Blink will be there. No sort of control from Liquid to follow through the duel. And that is his Battle Fury done.
Yep.
So as good as the Radiance time is going to be for GH, the Battle Fury as well on Envy, 15 minutes in, absolutely perfect.
Yep. He's even got a Shrine to use in about 5 seconds time, so he'll probably stick around this top lane and jungle and maintain some little farm. Oh, no, he's going to blink away. Doesn't want to do that. And bottom lane, again, Liquid constantly pressuring the lanes. Even just Coddle alone has been very active down here. But
already the fun beginning with this Radiance Naga. We have the Illusion just whittling SVG down, and Miracle and Kuroki coming for the finish here. MSS will be there with a return with the Burrow Strike and the Epicenter. He'll be able to get himself a solo kill onto Miracle. And Howie blinking forward, seeing if he can find more, but Kuroki's already out to safety into the trees and does have that TP scroll. So
yep.
Just the 1-for-1 there between the two supports.
Yeah, both teams losing, their 4th position, but... And I guess you look at both teams, well, they're both creating space. Anti-Mage is getting his farm and room on MP side, Naga getting his on the dive side, so pretty even. And pretty much the same game plan for both teams, where you're looking to create space for that big late game carry. Ursa being the fighting carry that MP have, Lifesteal on the Liquid side. Very, very similar strategies from these two teams.
Talking about the Lifestealer inside Mind Control, Matuma Man. Ready to see if they can try and make a play. Top lane. Envy will reveal himself, but once again, 1437 is prepared. Sat there behind him. 3 points in the grave, so has that fantastic range now to be able to save Envy from a distance. And Envy actually just keeping it safe. Not looking to push that wave out any further than the top left corner. And make sure that he doesn't get caught out by this potential dual infest combination.
Yeah, I think at this point, Liquid may not be as proactive in trying to find those picks now that they've seen what happens like with the Grave backup.
Bottom lane here, a perfect pick for MP as GH comes out a little bit too far with the Naga. Right down on the bottom half. He did have... Well, he had Mind Control and Matuma Man and Kuroki on the way, but MP were just able to jump in quick enough. Miracle trying to get the Wukong's command out, but the Battery Assault just cancelling the cast animation as MP pick a second. Down bottom, they're not done yet. Owie looking for the rundown onto Mind Control, and Envy with the ultimate will take it. Matuma Man goes for the raised TP out, but Liquid, they've already lost 3. MP, can they chase for more? Kuroki looking to be a little too speedy there with the Tranquil Boots. Will get himself out to safety. But Liquid come down and deep onto MP's half of the map, and they get heavily punished with 3 deaths.
Yeah, really. And that's what MP need. Just they need to be the ones being proactive, going out, finding the kills, and setting themselves up. And I think Liquid themselves, as mentioned, like they can't quite be as proactive themselves. Anytime they're going for these AM kills, the Grave saves have been there, so they've got to kind of play around the fact that Legion Commander can't as easily find pickoffs due to the defensive capabilities of NP's lineup. But problem is, when you're not showing yourselves, when you're not making moves, you're just letting NP control the tempo. And NP with a nice rotation, find the Naga, bring GH down, and set GH back a little bit. NP overtakes him and is now a full 1,000 net worth ahead.
I mean, how are we going to see, on a mathematical sense, who wins the farm war? This Naga Siren with the Radiance or the Anti-Mage with the Battle Fury?
It's not slightly Naga favored. You can farm 3 lanes. You've got illusions. At least later on, like
yeah, okay.
The more items you get, the more Naga wins it. AM, he's really fast at farming, like with the Battle Fury timing. And if you really want to speed it up, you go Vlad's. But I don't think you want to necessarily look at. You want to look at what your 6 slotted items are. So he'll go for the Manta first. But Naga, like with Manta, Radiance, Octarine, is like the king of farming. No one matches like the 6 slotted. Well, not even 6 slotted. That's like the 3-4 slotted Naga Siren. But I don't think for Anti-Mage it's about when you hit your peaks in strength. So when you get your Manta Abyssal and you can kill almost any hero on the map. You blink in Abyssal with your Manta, you can kill a Naga, you can kill a Lifestealer. If you burn enough mana and set up that Mana Void, you're incredibly powerful. So that's something where Naga is not really looking to fight with her farm. She's looking to split push, keep lanes out, and use the lane equilibrium for like strategic benefit, where it can set up kills with the infest ganks. Whereas Anti-Mage is looking to use his farm just to straight up fight.
Absolutely, and Liquid do need to make these infest ganks work. You can see already on the net worth, but Tumberman's starting to fall slightly behind in comparison to the other cores in this game. You really need Mind Control and Kuroki to be able to get the initiation to make something happen. But MP, they've got 4 grouped up towards the top. In fact, the full 5. They're keeping themselves very much around Envy.
Yep.
As Liquid with this movement again, we saw them get a very big kind of kickoff with the first Blink duel. Ever since, it's been quite hard for Mind Control to find an actual opening and chance in MP's lineup to get that pickoff.
It's like Liquid are just going to fall back and play. I mean, they've been playing a greedy farm orange.
Ooh, okay, they managed to get the jump in immediately onto the back, and they do. They get the dazzle. Great way to start the fight. Mind Control heads back. Miracle from the tree line throws down the Wukong's command. They've taken down Ari as well. This is exactly what Liquid were waiting for. this sort of an engagement where they can get the great way to start it and the fantastic way to continue for even more. GH with the song, trying to set up and allow Matumbaman to get in close, but MSS actually with a very nice burrow strike. Looked like he went down to the bottom, but he came back up to the top, and that fooled the whole of Liquid. They were down to the bottom of the cliff searching. But MSS, again, up to the high ground. Can they catch him this time, Liquid? They're searching. MSS will try for the TP out. He's not going to make it, though. The damage of Miracle with the Jinju Mastery is much too much, and Liquid will end up getting that third kill.
Miracle just on top of him. Constantly, wherever he tried to juke to, Miracle was one step ahead and chased him down. Ward vision playing the big part there. It's de-warded now, but that ward on that cliff behind the tier 2 bottom tower was what set up the pick on the Dazzle. They completely ignore the Ursa they run into. They know dueling anyone other than Dazzle is going to lead to a Grave save. That Ursa can, or Anti-Mage can then blink out after the Grave save, and the fight gets, the gank is wasted and it gets turned around on you. So they find the Dazzle, and once Dazzle's dead, Ursa becomes a much more feasible kill to take.
They're searching for Envy, though. But he will blink himself right to the corner. They do ping. They know the rough area. Miracle hopping across. It's just a little too late as Envy very, very quickly gets himself out.
He's still ahead of the Naga for now. Will likely remain the case, barring some deaths on him or kills going Naga's way for at least a little bit longer. But Coddle really enables this Naga to just deal with split push, go back and farm, and then also get pulled into fight. Definitely a very frustrating combo to try and deal with.
Liquid get themselves the tier 1 on the top lane. All tier 1s taken by themselves. MP still yet to take the bottom tier 1. And Roshan very soon to be back up. And MP, of course, will certainly want to go for it, but now it is going to get scarier. Liquid have a lot of ways to fight around that pit with the Song and Siren and such.
It seems like they're not going to try and defend towers, MP. They don't like the position they're in. The Dire vision is really good, whereas Radiant have no vision around the top area of the map. And that was the key last time for Liquid. You come in to try and contest this Dire Ward is very likely to scout the Dazzle, and anytime Dazzle is not in fog, he's getting jumped, he's going down very early on in the fight.
As we saw
Mass
that.
TPs. They could Song to set this one up.
Let's have a look. Owie just had the DD. Could be a little bit of a threat if things don't go according to plan for Liquid in terms of the jump in.
He's burned all his mana though.
Miracle on the front lines. He'll spot 1437. That's who you want to find first. Who's going to try and TP out the Boundless Strike. Will have something to say about that. So Liquid will get one. Have a dual win as well for Mind Control.
He set up Roche though. AUI TP's in with a double damage going to wear off. He's got Deso. And he'll scatter it out. So instantly into the Roche pit. And problem is Liquid just hold mass TP bottom. So I don't think they get there in time.
Wow, they've got to take the long walk.
Roche dies too fast to an Ursa. Sanking's going to come in and tank it to try and prevent AUI from getting bashed. This is a nice little efficiency play. A single bash
Going
could
as
stop
quick as
Roche.
they can, but yeah, the Ursa's too much damage with the Deso and such.
Even
They also
pre-slept.
get out of range, yeah. They will almost certainly lose SVG, who's been left for dead. But the rest are out. They get that Aegis, they get that Roche, and essentially losing SVG and 1437 for the Roche and the Aegis, so it's worth it, I feel. Guys.
Yeah, it's okay. You're losing supporting cast. Your key heroes are staying alive. They're getting key items. They're getting an Aegis. And every little bit of time management there paid off because, yeah, the Naga pre-slept before they got to the pit to try and sleep them in the Roche. And if Sanking doesn't get in there, burrow in to tank Roche hits, all it would have taken was perhaps one Roche bash, and Ursa's Roche would have been delayed enough that that sleep would have caught them there.
Oh, hello.
The pick off.
Poor old Dazzy D.
That Dire Ward.
But this time Envy actually finding stuff in return. He's just blown up Mind Control. Will jump forward to look for Matumbaman, but he's inside Karti. And Karti will be the taxi service back.
Auto-denying though.
Here we go, trying to bring it back.
But the Naga illusion will perhaps come and save the day a bit.
Can they kill this life stealer? Bring him more in, he'll get himself out and run away. And ooh, hook shot. Just going to be off the mark there. It's a hard one to hit with Kuro forcing Matumbaman to safety.
Miracle with the Midas pickup has already gotten level 14. He's gotten most of his basher completed, so this will just guarantee some good late game item progression as well. On a game, it's normally very hard to maintain any level of farm when you've got a Naga on your team because Naga isn't about just your opponents not having fun. So often it's the Naga's teammates, supports particularly, who don't get to have much fun, but that's why you go Midas in these games. And Miracle will at least make sure he can get up to his basher and perhaps a bit more. Coddle not getting all too much in the way of farm, but has picked up a point booster. work towards the Ag Scepter, has the 4 staff already, just the one nice defensive item against the Clockwork, even against the Ursa for kiting capabilities.
And Envy is going to be even harder to catch with that Linken's. I mean, in terms of AoE control, it's pretty much the boundless strike and maybe some bashes. Other than that, they've got to make sure that they can somehow proc it and follow through. So Envy is going to be very slippery indeed. SVG a little less so. Quick jump in, they'll get it, but Envy wants to try and find something in return. Jumps forward. Sleep will be there. Epicenter was coming through as they try and get MSS into some sort of a position, but with the song still up and the TP straight out for GH, get the rest of them out of there. And it looks like Liquid will get away with just getting themselves a free dual kill and not losing anyone in return.
Yeah, they're just kind of playing for the late game. Get a pick off and then get the hell out. Don't take the team fight. Even with Epicenter wasted, Liquid still did not want a team fight there. They haven't really got a team fight lineup. None of their heroes really that suited for it.
Envy's on the search for the monkey.
Okay.
A little bit of an unfortunate
MSS
pause
is
there.
nearby. He's got a blink burrow, but they've got to find the monkey first.
They've got that Battle Fury, can chop down the trees if Envy finds where it is. And I think, yeah, he should have seen him come across that gap down just below where Miracle is at the moment. But it looks like he's heading up the stairs.
I'll have to get
So
there.
maybe like anticipating where he's going to jump to, but Miracle seeing Envy, I mean...
He's mid-jump too, so he's just about to jump somewhere new, probably to like the northwest, the direction
Yeah, I
he's
mean, if
faced
Envy
in.
gets up there, so he may see them at the end of the Monkey King landing into the tree.
He could blink Battle
Blink and
Fury,
Battle Fury.
if he guesses right on the tree. So it's often hard to tell exactly which tree, but see how well he does. Or even MSS may
have a
just
look.
blink Burrow.
There we go. They will see him. The boundless strike there from Miracle very nicely done, holds Envy back, and that will actually allow Miracle to get back to safety as he heads up into the north, TP's out.
That's not even a miracle. I can't believe like how short those flying, how fast this hero flies on the map with his cooldowns. 1.4 second tree dance is just crazy.
Ooh, MSS tries for the burrow. Mind control just out and was a little off the mark in terms of timing and angle. 13 to 16, 27 minutes in. Again, this kind of farm war between the Anti-Mage and the Naga Siren, very even as well. You know, you look towards Matumba and Aoi. They're pretty much on the same page. It's all feeling very even at the moment in terms of value and net worth. But, I mean, would you feel that there's a team that's a little happy with the situation? I mean, as we can see, the edge mathematically is Liquid. Does that mean they're leading?
I'd say so. It feels like they have a bit more late game power, and they're going to transition better, mostly because of the Monkey King. And most of the net worth different. You talk about how Anti-Mage and Naga are even, Ursa and Lifesteal different. The difference is between the 4-position Clock and the 4 Monkey King. Monkey King has Midas Basher, Clockwork, 4K net worth has nothing. He's got nerd. So that's where the farm discrepancy is. And later this game goes, Monkey King is going to be very good at controlling Ursa in team fights with his ultimate, so I can definitely see Miracle transitioning well, even controlling the Anti-Mage as well. If you get like some bashes off in the Wukong's command, if Anti-Mage blinks in aggressively, you drop your Wukongs, and him and his Manta Illusions may get beaten down pretty damn fast. So definitely it feels like a good game for Monkey King to excel.
MP once again going for the smoke plate. We'll see what they can get here. They know that this high ground's safe with the ward already down, but not to find any members of Liquid as they're all up towards the top, and they've actually got their eyes on Envy. Mind control, wanting to make a play, but of course they need to break that Linken's. As Envy is quite a slippery little hero with that Manta.
He's aware of what's going
Lincoln
on.
Sphere. Yeah, it's a hard catch. They've got 4 heroes scanning the area, searching for him, but Envy again just gets out towards the top, TP's away. And as we're seeing, it's just very hard for Liquid now to catch this Anti-Mage.
That Legion Commander duel they've been relying on, no longer an option with the Anti-Mage Lincolns, and his awareness on point for now. SVG still in the neighborhood around this Monkey King.
And they were searching for him. We saw that hook shot just miss Miracle by the skin of his teeth.
He's got another rocket flare, but hasn't caught vision.
Envy with his build as well has the MKB complete, so that Radiant's miss chance going to mean a whole lot less. And you know, for 29 minutes into the game, Envy is certainly going to be packing a punch in these fights as well, if he has the chance to get his hands on Liquid. And look at his lineup with the Clockwork and the Sand King, MSS and SVG. They certainly have a lot of control and lockdown to allow Envy to get the opportunity to get the damage done.
There's the Octarine, so Naga kind of at the peak of her farming capabilities now. We'll be looking more towards the damage, team fighting items, diffusals, butterflies, these kind of things now to match up against Anti-Mage and Ursa. And for NP, see what their next move is going to be. They get a Shadow Blade on Sand King. Again, this is the kind of item, like he's playing the main catch. It feels like Clockwork, with his items and the vision control right now, isn't able to too easily find hook shots. So just being able to Shadow Blade around the map to try and find some pickoffs is a nice way to approach this game. But a lot of sentries you're walking through. It's the main thing you've got to be careful of.
Towards mid.
They seem... Oh, they didn't catch vision of Miracle here.
Yeah, even with MSS moving around the
Oh,
tree
did
line,
we
it
see
looks
that
like
one?
they...
Yep.
Yeah, the pings are coming out. They know he's jumping around here. The Rocket Flare will just be off point, in fact. He's out to the south, and the wraparound's coming in for Liquid. There's the jump, immediately taking out the Ursa. And now with the Song, just assessing the situation, looking to try and control MP, but he's quick with the blink. Will get himself back out to safety.
Another epicenter used.
Yeah, whiffed as well, as he couldn't quite get in around that Song. MSS will be down an ultimate.
GH will TP out, but the recall is there for the pullback, so...
And look at this push coming in. Matu with the Deso doing work. There's the jump in though. Envy trying to man up against the Lifestealer, has to back away. They'll pop the fortification, MP. Trying to hold Liquid back. There's hook shot from SVG. And Tumberman getting forced out, saved by Kuroki. Envy really wants to try and get himself stuck in for this fight here. He's been rooted up, turns now towards Lifestealer, who's been stunned by MSS, but there's the heal coming through from the Legion Commander, Matumberman. It's just a bit too big old and scary with that rage. They've nearly got the Ursa back. But the tier 3 falls. Liquid looking to be successful with this siege and push that they're able to bring together 31 minutes into the game. And we'll see how adamant they're going to be in sticking around here. The racks are exposed. They start to send the illusions in. MP will have that full 5-man, but no epicenter. It looks like, though, with Ursa coming back up, Liquid will back away. Roshan's going to be back up soon, and maybe they'll look to try and take that before MP get their hands on it for a third time.
Liquid's draft is just incredibly disruptive. They can get pickoffs so fast now that Dazzle actually couldn't react with a Grave with how fast they blew up the Ursa. The Lifestealer and Legion have enough critical damage output that heroes die incredibly fast, so that duel Dazzle can't react. And then there's stuff like the Song just to prevent any counter initiation, the Radiance Illusion stopping a Sand King blink. Very difficult for NP to approach team fights. That's before even mentioning anything of what Monkey King is bringing to the table with his chaotic spells and fights. So, mentioned Roche going Liquid's way. They are going to start working on an attempt it, but I'm sure MP will give this one up without a fight.
They've got the ultimate backup as well for Sand King. Hook shots there as well for SVG Salau to try and get that initiation, but at the same time, GH is pressuring in these lanes. It's going to make it very tight neck for MP.
This is where it's like two terrible decisions. You either give up a Rax or you give up Roche.
Envy just goes ball. He jumps straight up to the high ground. The Song will be there from GH. He does have his team behind him who are trying to make their way around from the sidelines. SVG in with a hook shot. Cogs to block Liquid away. They will force Liquid away from this. They know that the Song's down. Can they do anything with that knowledge? They're jumping forward, looking for GH. He's got that Octarine Radiance heal though, and he's juking it around the tree line. MSS comes in with the stun onto Miracle. Envy jumps forward as well, but Miracle's going to be allowed to get away. Matumberman trying to focus the anti-mage, doesn't quite have the damage to bring him down, but they've already taken down two. MSS, middle of the sandstorm, but they have the vision. He tries to get himself away with the Burrow Strike over. He'll make it for the time being, but Miracle just reaching over the cliff there with his staff, takes down a third. Gem hits the deck. At the end of the day, MP just can't get what they were desperately hoping for. Bottom lane, GH cleaning up the melee racks. Aoi will jump forward, but GH sings the song of his people. The boosted travel is still on cooldown. He will get recalled out. The power there, the Cotton Lager combination, as they get the racks, they get out, they won the team fight, they take Roche, and they'll be getting Cheese and Aegis out of this as well, gods.
Mobility. Naga like split pushes bottom, forces pressure on the lane of Rax, and gets recalled into a fight. So disruptive with the Song. They were chasing Naga around with the Song on cooldown. It looked a bit dicey for GH for a little while. If he got bashed up by the Ursa or locked in place, so that if AM and Ursa got on top of that Naga when she didn't have Song, it could have been a lost team fight there. But she managed to just use her elusiveness, the Manta style, I believe, getting out of some of the slows as well to get away. And with that, they waste a lot of time chasing a Naga that they don't end up killing. And while that's going on, Dazzle's dying, Clockwork's dying. The supports on MP are very underfarmed compared to Liquid right now, and that's where you notice the biggest difference in these fights. They just melt to absolutely anything. Dazzle wants to be graving cores getting jeweled, but often Dazzle will just have to find himself graving himself because of how squishy he is.
The pressure is going to be massively amped up now that Liquid have this Aegis and Cheese. You know, they're straight in position on this top lane. NP really need a fantastic team fight. They need some sort of huge opening to be able to turn this around. Envy will jump forward and he's jumped to I guess the bash and Lifestealer starting to melt quickly. Has the cheese in the Aegis though. Is he going to be forced to use it yet? Gets himself out with the Marmlet Tog. Rage, but looks like actually the Rocket Flare was able to snipe him whilst he was toggling. So they will at least pop the Aegis there, MP.
That was a nice free Aegis claim. You take those, as Matu will be back on the high ground though, still with cheese.
SS just trying to hold back the wave, but it won't hold back Matu as he's raged up, bringing the tower down. Getting very, very low. And on the anti-mage, not too unhappy with the pressured in lanes, as he will continue to be able to clean up and get that farm as he's picked up the butterfly on top of the MKB, now complete as well. Very, very big indeed. The illusions being sent across towards that top lane though, and again the range racks being pushed down on the bottom. GH is able to claim the top tower. The second set of racks exposed.
It's a three-prong push. There's illusions going in mid.
So much pressure.
Top, illusions bottom, real Naga mid. You can't even go in the Naga. He's going to sleep while Matu goes for the top
rack. Oh my goodness, yeah, locking NP in place while all they can do is watch. Now they'll jump in, immediately bringing Matu down low, but he's into the creep. He's going to be fine. MSS building up the epicenter, and they'll take mind control.
Okay, not
Matu
bad.
rides his way out on the creep wave. He'll be all right. But yeah, bringing down the Legion, that may put a stop to what Liquid are doing, but it's just this illusion spam consistently coming in, looking away at the range racks, bringing them down and down and down.
I think it was the right idea going for that sleep. That song racks play, but they just weren't fast enough about it. If both Legion and Lifestealer were instantly on the racks, like if Mind Control blinks in and hits with the Lifestealer, they get the melee racks, but felt like there was a moment of hesitation where it was like, oh, GH just did something really good, let's get in there, whereas it should have been like coordinated where he sleeps as they're running in. Either way, situation still looks pretty good for Liquid. They lose a Legion commander. They have lost the Aegis and all, but they're still keeping all the lanes pushed in. This is just one of those classic Naga games. You're NP, you can't leave your base. You've got to constantly just play Illusion Hunter right now, and anytime you try and push out one lane, another lane pops up. It's whack-a-mole. You solve one problem, two more pop up.
Keeper of the Light with the Ags complete as well now. Some big items coming out for the side of Liquid, thanks to those objectives they've been able to take. Kuroki is out on his own. MSS not spotting him out yet, of course. The Rocket Flare will actually clip him there. So now MSS knows this is a chance to go, but again, a little bit off the mark there with the Burrow Strike. Kuroki is going to be able to walk away. In fact, MSS himself needs to be a bit careful. All right, Envy comes in, clears the wave out, makes sure that there's no Naga Siren for this altercation. He'll continue to chase Kuroki, who's now recalled Miracle in. Miracle with the Silver Edge. Could be there to help try and turn, but already Envy's just ripped apart this Keeper of the Light. The gem hits the deck. MSS comes forward trying to take it, but Miracle was able to grab it just in time. And they may have lost the Keeper of the Light, but they won't lose the gem.
Salvage there, Coddle, respawning pretty fast with that respawn talent too.
Oh man, and just look at GH. Meanwhile, he's just pushing in. He's just taking a tier 3.
And he's getting top range racks slowly. Whatever bit of damage you do here is going to be permanent damage. So he'll focus the range racks before the melees, knowing that his team aren't going for a full efforted push right now. Just slowly whittling away. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Absolutely. How do you deal with this if you're MP? The Naga, Siren, GH. We saw him before have a brilliant game. This game, a little bit closer. I mean, we can see him and Envy on par, but just the amount that he can do, it just seems so much more. He's having so much more effect on this game.
Got a Shadow Blade out, find some picks, like Sanking. That's been MSS's role. He's got a very tough ass. Like, this game really comes down to him and his ability to find pickoffs. He's got to do so much for this game to work for MP, and Liquid, more than anything, have done a really good job of just responding to that Sanking and his aggressive moves. The Coddle with the Gem and Ag's Vision has kind of been a pseudo counter to that Sanking Shadow Blade, and AUI on the Ursa just doesn't have like the same mobility. He's got a Blink Dagger, but he can't Shadow Blade around. He can't really always be with the Sanking.
Lane, Miracle. That's been found out. Yeah, Envy coming in, trying to help MSS out here, but with the song, he could be in trouble. The hookshot's going to miss. SVG now as well could be in a bit of a bad spot. Envy tries to get himself out, will blink away. The cogs are down. They've surrounded GH. MSS trying to build up the epicenter, but the net's there to cancel it. GH turns towards SVG as well, won't get the clock kill. But meanwhile, mid lane, the racks are down.
Oh,
Liquid,
Megas.
they've got Megas.
Yep. That was the solution they came up with. Boots of travel level 2 on anti-mage, TP in on the Sand King.
That burst, it just disappeared. That was less of a bear, more of a Winnie the Pooh. He got absolutely shredded. And NP, they'll try their best. And oh my, what the fudge? Envy!
Okay.
That, I don't think I've seen a bigger mana void in my life. He just... Can we... I'm sure we got a replay on that. We must do. 8.6k. He did more damage with that one spell than his MMR. That was insane. Wow. Can we see that again and again and again? Who did he hit?
Who's watch that for the rest
So he's
of the
going
game?
on GH.
Probably GH.
It must be. He's got such a massive mana pool. No, okay. And again.
Yeah.
Here we. And again. Just. What the hell?
You couldn't have asked for a better birthday present.
No,
Envy
that
has showed up. He's going to rape you. There we go.
Oh,
We've got him
Jackie.
on.
What the? Oh, and look at this.
Jackie
Envy's
Mao.
in. Time
He's
to
gonna
throw.
win. Oh, the blade
Oh
metal.
my
No.
God. I didn't mean it, Jackie. I didn't mean the time to throw, seriously. Come on, Jackie.
He hasn't got travel.
SVG's recovered the rapier.
He's got brown boots.
He's got to get himself out of here. He's losing mana.
Force him. Do something.
Help me. I'm a clock with a rapier.
Oh, no.
Get out of this. Miracle. Oh, he wants that rapier.
Here comes
But-
Envy.
ow.
No, he can pass it to Envy. Envy's got it again.
Here we go. Envy's got it again. We're good. Okay, so Cottle's brought back. Mind control down for 50 seconds. Does that buyback available? Meanwhile, in the base, they're losing tier 4s, though. Bit of a
Doesn't
pressure
matter,
being put on it.
doesn't matter,
Envy
irrelevant.
jumps in, gets the bash. They've got the burrow strikes as well. GH can't get the song for time as he falls back. Now he's got the song. They've got the setup. Miracle. He's going to look to show off the power of the Monkey King against the Wukong Saman. Looks to line it up for the perfect 3-man battle strike, and he gets it. The clock's down. Envy pulls the Manta, but he's getting bashed up. Can he get out in time? He blinks out of the Wukong Saman to the north, but the towers take him down. The rapier hits the deck. GG, well played is called. The game is over.
Never before have I seen such like a classic Envy game.
I mean, it was quite a
Except they didn't
calm,
win.
relaxing game, a bit of farm, and then at the end, just a casual ultra kill mana void into a rapier pickup, and then a losing the rapier to a blade mailed Legion commander.
Liquid look way too like blasé about that.
Yeah,
that game,
I mean, GH
you
is
know?
having a bit of a smile. He's like, oh. And Matsu's got his eyes wide open, like, what the? But mind control, of course, cool as ever, just like,
Yeah, he made the clutch duel on the with the blade. I mean, blade
Mind
mail.
control's like, yeah, that's right, mate. You try and take me on whilst I've got my blade mill.
That
there we
was
have it.
quite the ending to an anti-mage Naga game. You know, I'm glad we got that exclamation mark to finish